So hello everybody listening at home. Today we have the beautiful Tia in from Whole Health Studio. Tia, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very relaxed with this head tickle.
We need to set the mood, definitely. Get that nervous system calm. Are you excited for today?
Yeah, I'm really excited for today's episode. Thanks for inviting me in.
Oh, you're most welcome. So first off, before we get into the question side of things, I just want to assess your skin, okay? So talk to me a little bit about your skin. What do you feel?
So when I was younger, I used to get quite bad acne and have actually been on Roaccutane in the past. I do find around period time, I can get some little breakouts that still come through. I definitely find my skin can be quite oily. However, I've done a lot of work on my gut in the last 6 months. So I do feel like that has made a really, really big difference to the actives that come through.
Okay.
But I've just got like a little bit of pigmentation probably on my jawline.
Yeah. You've also got a little bit of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation on your cheeks. So if you're not already using a form of vitamin C or tranexamic acid in your routine, definitely start to use that because it'll just help to lighten up a lot of the discoloration that's around here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not actually using those products. So yeah, definitely keen to add them in.
Anything with silicone in your ingredients that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of, but to be honest, I have really delved into a lot of Korean skincare, so they definitely could be some silicone ingredients in there.
So have you noticed these couple little bumps around on the cheeks?
Yeah.
So those little skin-colored bumps that come up are normally a really surefire sign that there's silicone somewhere in your products.
Okay.
It is used as like a cheap filler to make the product feel nice and soft and silky, but it's an occlusive, so it really clogs your skin. Serums, moisturizers, SPFs, and foundations are where you'll normally find them.
Okay, cool. I might have to have a little read on the back of the products.
Perfect. But other than that, like there's no sensitivities with your skin.
No.
A little bit dehydrated in the forehead. That bounce back's just not where we want it to be. So we'll definitely plump you up with some really good hydrating products at the same time. Are you happy for me to do some dermaplaning on the face and just help to remove a bit of the peach fuzz?
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, perfect. Have you ever done that before?
No, I haven't.
No, you'll love the results of that. So we'll do that too. All right, let's get started with some questions. So for all those listening at home, you own Whole Health Studio. So you're a naturopath yourself, but you also have a astounding supplement range. So let's dive in and talk about that.
Yeah, let's dive in.
All right. Could you share for us your personal health challenges that brought you into becoming a naturopath and also starting the Whole Health Studio range?
So when I first left school, I was always really interested in health and loved science. And I actually started studying to be a nurse. And I got about 1 year into my nursing degree before I changed over to naturopathy. And I guess what really prompted that change was my own health journey. I went off the oral contraceptive pill. And when I went off the pill, I got really, really bad skin breakouts, and my periods were honestly wild. I ended up getting diagnosed with endometriosis, but I guess that process to get that diagnosis was just such a lengthy one. And it wasn't until I actually went and saw a naturopath myself that I found I was really heard, and I felt like I was really like listened to about my health and really started to see shifts and changes in my health. So I guess that really just sparked my interest in regards to changing what I was studying.
It's interesting, the more people that I speak to, and I mean, especially myself, we've all sort of started in this industry from personal experiences. So I love that. It really helps you to connect with your clients a lot easier as well.
Yeah, I feel like it's nice to be able to relate to the symptoms that they're experiencing on their health journey.
That's so good. Talk to me more about the supplements. So I feel like they're thoughtfully targeted to cover everything. You've got your gut health, your skin clarity. Can you walk us through how you identify the most common clinical needs?
Yeah, so I guess I've been in clinical practice now for around about 10 years, which is wild. The product range, I guess, started, or the reason why I started formulating my own products was because in clinic I was at capacity with clients and had my books closed, but I would often get a lot of messages from girls asking what products that I would recommend. And there wasn't at the time a lot of products on the market that I would recommend. So that really prompted me to start formulating my own product range just based on things that I was seeing get incredible results in clinic with my clients. So with the product range, it's just slowly grown, which I think now we've got like 8 or 9 products in the supplement range, which is crazy to think about. So with the product range, I try to cover different health conditions that I've just seen get incredible results in clinic with clients, whether it be the balanced hormone support, the healthy skin support, the gut reset, the mild anxiety, the energy and stress, and the pregnancy natal as well.
When you're formulating your supplements, how do you ensure that they're truly supporting each individual? Like, especially when women's hormones, they're so unique and each person's needs can be so different.
So I guess in clinic that really helps. I've got a lot of clinical experience with clients, so you can really see what herbs get good results and I guess what herbs maybe don't work as well as others. So a lot of the time women are low in progesterone. So progesterone as a female is our feel-good hormone. It really helps to support our mood. It helps to support a healthy ovulation. It's really important for energy levels. It's important for our appetite as well. Often when our stress response or when we're quite busy within day-to-day life, it can be very, very common to have low levels of progesterone, which is when a lot of women will start to experience PMS symptoms, irregular cycles, skin breakouts. So with the balanced hormone support, this formula really focuses on helping to build progesterone levels within females. It also contains a herb called Vitex, which is incredible for actually helping to modulate the hormones. And what modulating essentially means, if someone's too high in estrogen, it helps to bring the estrogen down. But if someone's too low in estrogen, it actually helps to bring it up. So herbs are incredible at helping to just support a baseline within someone's body. It also has different herbs in it that helps to support liver detoxification as well. So obviously, if you're clearing out any excess hormones that your body's producing, then that can really help to regulate the hormones within someone's body as well.
You're very well versed in everything that you know. I love that.
I would hope so after a 4-year science degree.
You've definitely got the knowledge there. So when I've seen naturopaths before in the past, majority of the time they've got their whole wall full of liquid herbs. So how would the Whole Health Studio supplement range differ from those herbs, or are they the same?
So they are essentially the same herbs in regards to ingredients. That's essentially how I've designed my formulations based on liquid combinations that I was seeing get amazing results with my clients. With the Whole Health products, so they're obviously in a capsule form, so they're not in a liquid form. With liquid herbs, they do have a larger surface area when they do hit the digestive system, so they can get faster results. However, with the Whole Health product range, it gets a lot of stability testing done on it to ensure that all the active ingredients are within the formulation. So every 3 months, the product range actually gets tested to make sure that none of the active ingredients has dropped. Obviously, if active ingredients are dropping within the formulations, and the products won't be as effective. So I love doing that testing on the product range to ensure that the product formulations are as effective as the first day that they're manufactured as they progress towards the end of their shelf life.
There's a bit of the range stocked here at Clean Beauty Market, one of them being the balanced hormones and the hair, skin and nails. So say if someone was suffering from a bit of acne or had problematic skin, how do they know to take these supplements and how will it help them?
So with the balanced hormone support, it will be beneficial if someone's experiencing hormonal acne. With that, usually sebaceous glands will be overactive, usually driven from hormones within the body. So that will be really beneficial at helping to reduce the hormonal acne side of things. However, if someone's experiencing more cystic, more bacterial acne, I would actually suggest taking the gut reset. So this is a product that I designed just based off a product formulation that I was doing in clinic with my clients, and I was seeing it get amazing results for skin. A lot of the time, if we do have different bacterial overgrowths present within our digestive system, it can actually really then impact our skin. So with the gut reset, it is a 2-step protocol that includes a powdered product that helps to repair the gut lining. It contains different pre and probiotics to help to heal a little functional marker called the secretory IgA. So your secretory IgA is essentially like a little fancy word for the immune system of the digestive system. And it's really common for people's secretory IgA to be quite impaired or quite lowered. So this can lead to different bacterial overgrowths forming within the digestive system. It can lead to acne. It can lead to bloating. It can lead to food sensitivities. So the repair powder really helps to optimize the gut health. It also contains different pre and probiotics that just helps to feed the gut bacteria as well. So really beneficial for just optimizing it. And then the cleanse capsules actually contain different anti-parasitic, different anti-candida, and also different antibacterial herbs that just really help to remove any dysbiosis from the digestive system. So when it comes to acne, acne essentially gets its name from the bacteria itself, which is called P. acne bacteria. So ideally, we want to remove that acne bacteria from the body to then support the skin. Often I find that like a band-aid response is given to acne rather than actually just getting to that root cause. Say, for example, like Roaccutane. I know when I was on Roaccutane, my skin was literally like porcelain when I was on it. It was honestly amazing. But then 6 months later, the sebaceous gland switched back on, and that root cause of the bacteria was never addressed. So then my skin actually started breaking out again and quite badly. Which is then what then sent me on that really big deep dive on my gut to then clear my skin. We do also have the healthy skin support capsules in our range as well. And I guess what led me to create the healthy skin support capsules is a lot of girls were using Balance for acne, where Balance is more of a hormonal acne product or PMS product rather than a cystic acne or bacterial acne product. So with the healthy skin capsules, it's essentially a blend of different herbs and nutrients to help to support the skin. So it contains some echinacea, which is incredible for helping to target the P. acne bacteria. It also has some calendula in it, which is really beneficial for helping to just reduce redness and inflammation within the skin and help to turn skin cells over and support skin healing. And then it also has some St. Mary's thistle to support liver detoxification. And then it's got some licorice root, some zinc, and some vitamin C. The zinc and vitamin C is incredible for helping to support skin turnover, great for helping to support sebaceous gland activity, and really beneficial for supporting skin healing. So the healthy skin gets really good results with acne. But as I was saying before about really getting to that root cause, you also want to ensure that you optimize your gut health with acne. So then that way, when you come off those supplements, your acne is not going to come back.
Okay. So I have a lot of teens that come in to see me for their skin. And you can definitely tell that their androgen production is just through the roof because a lot of them are teenage boys that come in. Would those supplements be good for them to take when they're coming in for facials and taking care of their skin?
Yeah, definitely. So the licorice root is incredible for helping to lower that androgen response. And a lot of the time too, especially in teenage boys, when their testosterone's coming into play, they can have such a big hormonal shift within the body. It's great to do that gut work whilst also focusing on helping to modulate and balance out that androgen activity as well.
And for those that wanted to do a gut cleanse, you did mention there's a few gut support products that you've got. You would obviously incorporate them into the gut cleanse.
Yeah, so we've got a gut reset pack, which is a two-step protocol. It includes the gut cleanse capsules and then the gut repair powder. And then with this product as well, I've actually created a little ebook that's got a lot of information about what to expect on a cleanse, and it also delves into the benefits of doing a gut cleanse. Gut cleanses are not only beneficial for your skin, but they're incredible for supporting your mood pathway, amazing for your energy levels as well. Often I find when we've got different bad bacteria in our digestive system, you can be less inclined to have consistent energy throughout the day. You'll be more inclined to experience brain fog. Your energy will be less. Food cravings will be up. So by doing a gut cleanse, it can just really optimize so many different areas of your health. There's so much research going into our gut microbiome at the moment, which is, yeah, just so incredible to learn more about.
I'm always a really big one for testing first. Like it's just
Mm,
something that I geek out about. So I want to see, all right, what's exactly going on inside and then change it. But
yes.
that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, does it?
No, not necessarily. I mean, testing is definitely incredible because it's going to give you so much information. There is a stool analysis test that you can get done through a company called naturopath. The only barrier or the only, I guess, downside to this test is the cost of it. It's around
Mm.
about $430, I think. So obviously to go and see a practitioner, get this test done, and then also get supplements, it can be a little bit of a pricey consultation.
Mm.
Often I do find with this test, it always comes back with something on it. I'm yet to see a client come back with
A perfect
nothing.
gut. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
It just doesn't exist.
exactly, whilst it is so valuable to have that information, especially too if you do enjoy seeing the science side of things, it's not necessarily a must do if you're wanting to do a gut cleanse. With the whole health gut reset, I've kind of, I guess, formulated these products based on what would be the common patterns that I would see come back on microbiome maps. And often that common pattern would be a low level of secretory IgA, high levels of zonulin, which can essentially indicate inflammation within the gut lining or essentially like a leaky gut. You're not absorbing very
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
So the gut repair powder really helps to optimize your absorption of nutrients as well. And I've kind of covered all bases of different bacterial overgrowths that can be present within the gut, whether it be a candida species, whether it be worms, or whether it be parasites. So the herbal formulation and the cleanse support targets these three things.
Beautiful. How's your skin feeling at the moment? So we just started the dermaplaning.
Yeah, it feels good. It kind of is like a nice, like scratchy, tickly feeling. I have a feeling that so much stuff would be coming off. How's it looking?
There's a lot of fuzz. But other than that, like there's not too much dead skin there. So you can
Okay.
tell you've definitely been looking after your skin in the past few weeks. One thing for myself, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person out there that's dealing with this, is just stress, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed. Do you have supplements that help to support that?
Yeah, we do have a product called Energy and Stress Support. So this one is a herbal and mushroom formulation, actually.
Mm.
So it's got a nice high dose of ashwagandha or withania in the formula, which is incredible for helping to get your body out of fight and flight response. So amazing for helping to regulate cortisol. So very, very beneficial if you're feeling tired but wired.
Okay.
It also has some Siberian ginseng, not a high dose, just a nice low dose, just because Siberian ginseng can be quite stimulating in a high dose. So I really opted to include a dosage that won't make someone feel overstimulated, but will really help to support consistent energy levels. And then it's also got a blend of three different mushrooms in it as well. So it's incredible for helping to support our cognition, amazing for concentration as well, and also doubles as an immune support product too. So if you're constantly feeling like you're sick, you're getting run down, this product is really good for helping to reduce those flu-like symptoms as well.
Nice. I love that. How many of these can you take all together? Like, can someone get one of each range and take them? Or is it more they need to come and see you first? Or is there a quiz online or something?
Yeah, so they actually have been designed to stack. So I guess having that clinical knowledge, it really helps when formulating my product range. So when I'm thinking of my product formulations, I'm always keeping in mind that the products can be combined together and they actually work really, really well in synergy as well. We do have a little quiz on the online store that goes through a series of questions and then can help to make product suggestions. I do get a lot of DMs on Instagram from girls, which I'm always happy to help. So if girls ever have questions, they're always welcome to message through. But the beautiful thing about the product range is you don't need to come in for a consultation to be able to access the products. So that was one thing with the clinic, especially when I hit capacity with clients. I wanted to have a naturopathically formed product range that got amazing results that girls didn't have to come in and have an appointment to get that support.
which I love as well, because a lot of people can't obviously come to you if they're not local on the Gold Coast, but they do need help and support. So the online quizzes, reaching you on Instagram, that sort of thing, and then buying the supplements online just broadens your horizon to who you can actually help, which I really love.
Yeah, I agree. It's always so nice getting messages from girls that may have been like on my patient wait list, and they would have bought, say, for example, Balance before coming in and seeing me, and then they'll message and say, I don't actually need the appointment anymore because
Oh,
all my symptoms have reduced by taking this product. And I'm like, oh, I just love that.
yeah. And that's why you get into doing what you do with those type of stories. You help heal people.
Yeah, it's really special industry that we work in. I'm sure you're the same as well, seeing people's skin transformations.
Oh, definitely.
So rewarding.
So, for everyone listening to the podcast at the moment, we have taken a little pause on the questions. We're just doing some dermaplaning on Tia's face, just around the lip area. So, we want her to stay as still as possible. The surgical blade that we use is extremely sharp, so we obviously wouldn't want to nick her skin. But this is just helping to remove a lot of the dead skin cells that are already on top of the epidermis. But you're also removing a lot of the peach fuzz. A lot of the vellus hair that we get on our face is not growing to grow back thicker, darker, stronger, coarser, because it is vellus hair. It's not hormonal hair. The only way that it would end up getting thicker and darker is if you start to have hormonal changes that actively change that hair into hormonal hair. So around the lip, the chin is obviously in more common areas as to where that would occur. If you do want to pop on Instagram, you can see this being done with the videos. You can actually see what it looks like in real life. Tell you what, these studio lights really help to see any fine little hairs that are left. Do you want to have a look at what's there? It's not a whole lot, but you can see a lot of the fluff.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh.
All the hairs.
Wow. That's a lot of hair.
That's a lot of hair. But it was all peach fuzzy.
I was gonna say my skin's gonna be feeling so nice and smooth now.
So nice and smooth. With so much going on, you're running a clinic, you're creating these products, you're supporting your clients. How do you personally stay in tune with your own body? Do you have time to slow down, recalibrate?
I feel like 2 years ago I was so effing busy. It's actually ridiculous. Whereas now I have got so much work-life balance, which honestly just feels so incredible. I used to see like pretty much a full week of clients Monday through to Friday, sometimes like 30 to 40 girls a week, plus do all the product stuff, which is insane. I feel like I'm very blessed to have very, very strong adrenals. It takes a lot for me to feel stressed. It takes a lot for me to feel overwhelmed. And I also love being busy. But now I have got a lot more work-life balance. I haven't taken on new clients in a very long time. So I just see my return clients and only do 2 to 3 days of consulting a week. And then on the other days, I'm just focusing on the product range and doing all the back end. In saying that, though, I do have a fair few rituals that I like to do to help to calm my nervous system and to feel grounded. I love doing infrared saunas. I find that obviously sauning is very hot, it's very uncomfortable, and it kind of just allows you to build your resilience towards stress and resilience towards doing hard things. I also love exercising and love going for runs. So I find that running just really helps to clear any head noise, any stress. I do all my best thinking while I'm on my nice long runs. I feel like it really allows me to get creative. I also love acupuncture. So I'll go and get an acupuncture appointment like once a month. I also love kinesiology as well. I feel like kinesiology is just incredible for helping to clear different patterns, different stored emotions. Also love going and getting facials and massages. So I feel like my self-care is always really strong, which I think just really helps me to feel nice and calm and feel connected to my body, I guess.
It's nice to have a good support network of health practitioners that are able to help you with all those different things, definitely.
Yeah, it makes such a big difference. Such a big difference.
So what's next? Looking ahead with the Whole Health Studio, is there any new products, collaborations?
So at the moment, I'm kind of just focusing on what I have. I've kind of felt like in the past, I'll bring out a product and then be like, okay, next, 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 and not rush through things. But I guess the last 12 months, I've just really wanted to focus on growing what I have. I've recently just started working with a business consultant, which has honestly been the biggest game changer. And I wish that I did it so long ago. I'm kind of kicking myself for only doing it now. But I guess my training is obviously as a naturopath. My training is not in marketing. My training is not in how to use Shopify and how to use Klaviyo and send out emails. And I've always just been so busy with clients that I've kind of just allowed things to not maybe be done properly, or I've never really had the time to learn those skills. So around about 6 months ago, I started working with a business consultant that just teaches me all the back end of things, which has honestly been so incredible. So if anything, I'm actually just focusing on growing what we have. I am looking at potentially bringing out a kids range.
Love that.
Mainly just an immune powder because honestly, daycare germs are wild. And I guess as I age, so does my clientele. And what I'm starting to notice in clinic is a lot of my clients are just getting sick, but they're getting sick because their kids are in daycare and their kids are bringing home all the daycare germs. So it kind of just makes sense that we focus on a little immune powder for kitties to then actually help to support mums as well.
So currently with the range that you've got, what's the age group? Like how young can you be?
Well, the range is all in capsules. So, I mean, if anyone, like from, say, for example, 10, 12 years old, can take capsules and they're experiencing those concerns, then they can take the product range. But I guess a lot of kiddies do struggle to take capsules. My niece, she's 4 years old, and we just open up the gut cleanse capsules for her and mix it into some juice because, yeah, she had a little parasite in her tummy. So, the cleanse capsules can get taken that way for kids as well. I guess the product range is primarily formulated for people 10 years and up.
Obviously, with my clients that come in here, I have kids as young as 10. I've even got a couple of 9-year-olds. They're not necessarily seeing me for any hormone issues, but you can see that there's a few gut issues happening, and you really do want to clear that up before they do start to hit puberty, because then it can be such a traumatic time for them.
Yeah,
so it's good to know.
Yeah, before the hormones all come into play. That's even like, say, for example, transitioning off the oral contraceptive pill. I always like to say to my girls, prep is an absolute must when you're transitioning off the oral contraceptive pill, especially if you have been on it for the last like 5 or 10 years. Because obviously once that post-pill acne comes out, it's so much harder to clear it, but there's so much that you can do to prevent that acne from coming out by optimizing your gut health and optimizing your hormones before stopping taking the oral contraceptive pill.
So you find that people that do that prep work beforehand just have less effects.
Yeah, so much more of a smooth transition because obviously if you're taking something synthetic each day that's switching off a body system, when you stop taking that and that body system switches on, your sebaceous glands often start creating a lot of oil. So if you do have that bacteria in your body, that oil production is going to really feed that bacteria, and then inflammation and hormones are going to come into play to then drive a breakout. But obviously, if you do that work on your gut before you stop taking the oral contraceptive pill to clear out those bacterias, and then you do about 1 month on the balanced hormone support to help to support your hormones and help to build your progesterone levels, then you're more inclined to get a regular cycle coming off the pill as well.
Yeah, they like to have a little party, don't they? Those sebaceous glands when you popped off. It's like,
They do. They just go mental.
And it takes a while for them to just come back to normal. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm done now. I can tone this down a little bit. Yeah, normally it's like 3, 6, 12 months. Like they go hard.
They do. They definitely do. And like once they switch on, it can be so challenging to switch them off. So
definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, remove that bacteria to make sure you don't get the skin breakouts. Can be so beneficial because I do feel like so many girls went on the oral contraceptive pill in their teenage years for their skin. They weren't actually even on it for contraception or for their periods. It's for their skin. So usually if you were experiencing skin issues, then they're still going to be there. They're just covered up by the oral contraceptive pill. So nice to do that work before stopping.
I really appreciate you sharing that, because there's a lot of people that just don't understand how the contraceptive pill works and the effects that it's going to have on your body once you've stopped it. So I think it's really important for people to just be fed that information, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I often find a lot of girls when they come into clinic or when they're messaging me on Instagram, they can feel quite nervous about coming off the pill. So it's nice to, I guess, have that protocol in place to calm the nerves and almost make them feel excited about coming off the pill. Because
Right.
when you've got access to your natural hormones, your body just functions so much more optimally.
Definitely. If you could bust one myth about women's health that you hear all the time, what would it be?
Ooh, this is a tricky one. I do feel like there is so many myths out there. Often I do find, I don't know if this is really like a myth, but I do often find there's a lot of trends out there as well. And I do think as females, a lot of girls can be quite, I guess, hyper fixated on their diet. And a lot of girls can feel as though they have to restrict calories to then lose weight. However, when you are getting enough protein, good quality fats into your diet, and you're moving your body effectively, you don't actually need to restrict calories to be at that healthy BMI. And often, too, if you're restricting calories, then your body can actually be in fight and flight, and it can start to be more inclined to then hold on to that fat, and it can actually be more challenging to then lose weight. Often I find girls will come into the clinic and they'll say, I'm doing all the right things, I'm fasting, I'm not eating breakfast, but my weight is not shifting. And it's usually because their body's in such a strong calorie deficit that they're like, oh God, we need to hold on to all these reserves to then survive, essentially. So I feel as though if girls focus on their stress levels, eating regular, consistent meals, and optimizing their gut health as well, there's actually a lot of research coming out about bad bacteria in the digestive system and how it can negatively affect our metabolism and how it can actually lead to weight gain and a slow and sluggish metabolism, then usually they will get those results if in turn they're wanting to lose weight rather than feeling like they need to go on a very restrictive diet and intermittent fast.
And so, for yourself personally, what's one health ritual you just never skip? Like, it's a non negotiable for you?
Probably focusing on hydration. So hydration is so key for so many different areas in our body. If our body is dehydrated, then our cells will be really sticky, our energy levels start to go down, and it can have such a negative impact on our health. So I really focus on good quality water as well. Unfortunately, at the Gold Coast, or I mean anywhere Australia wide, we've put so many effing toxins in our water, which is wild.
Queensland
So,
is so bad for it. Our hard
oh,
water is next level.
it's honestly criminal.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
is.
so I just ensure that I get a really good quality water. I actually just get it delivered and it just gets dropped off once a week.
Yeah.
So I think it maybe costs about 20 or $30 for this water, but I have it at the warehouse too. So if I was just using it for personal use rather than for work, I'm sure it would be even less. So it's not a huge expense. I mean, we literally pay anywhere from $5 to $7 for a coffee every single day. So I'm sure we can budget in a little bit of money towards some good quality water.
Definitely. Do you have a shower filter?
Yes, I
Good.
do. I absolutely love them. I'm a little bit of a Nazi. When it comes to water, I've actually got a house filter and a shower filter.
Good. Yeah. I use, you're going to laugh at this, because they're unscrewable, right? Or you
Yes.
can take them on and off. So I take mine off and I put them in a little Ziploc bag, but I take them on holidays with me.
Oh
And
my
my
God, I
husband
love
thinks I'm such a dork, but I'm
that.
like, no, because
Yeah.
the water that you get through the hotels is just as terrible.
Yeah.
So I always bring it with me and they laugh at me every time.
No, I feel as though your skin absorbs so much. So, yeah, it's kind of nice to be a Nazi about the water.
Yeah, we've got to be, especially in Queensland.
Yeah, I agree.
How's your skin feeling?
It's feeling so nice.
Yeah,
Whatever this thing is, it's nice and cool
it's
and
very cooling. Yeah.
yeah,
So
feels really
obviously
nice
with
and
the
hydrating.
exfoliating, with the dermaplaning, and then the massage, it can heat up quite a bit. So we just want to cool that epidermis back down.
Yeah, no, it feels so nice.
So, what's something in the health and wellness world you just don't think gets enough credit or isn't talked about enough?
I feel like creatine is gaining a lot of interest as of late. But prior to the last few weeks, I feel like it wasn't really discussed enough. I guess creatine is probably primarily known as a sports nutrient or supplement that people will take for muscles. However, it's absolutely incredible for our brain health. Really, really good for our cognition and amazing for our thinking. So, on my big consulting days, I'll often have creatine in the morning and just find that it really helps with my thought clarity and really allows me to just have more focus throughout the day as well. So I feel like if you're not taking creatine, it is definitely time to jump on the creatine bandwagon.
I love a little bit of inside scoop.
Yes.
Can you explain to me, or just explain to everyone listening,
Yeah.
what your take of perioral dermatitis is and if there's something that whole health supplements can help with?
Yeah, so with perioral dermatitis, it can be quite multifactorial. And what I mean by this is I've got multiple different drivers that can come into play and influence it. Hormones can come into play, our immune system can come into play, inflammation and gut health. So I actually really like to again focus on our gut health when it comes to perioral. Often, I guess the conventional medicine or when you go to the doctor with perioral, you usually get a topical steroid cream, and you'll also usually get an antibiotic called doxycycline. So the fact that doctors prescribe an antibiotic to reduce the perioral dermatitis really highlights the bacterial component and the gut component that perioral has. So the products that I recommend is actually the acne pack. Even though obviously perioral dermatitis is not an acne, the acne pack on the Whole Health website has got the gut cleanse tablets, which target the bacterial component. It also has the healthy skin support. So it really focuses on helping to repair your skin barrier, really helping to regulate your immune system as well. The echinacea in the healthy skin is amazing for perioral dermatitis, and so is the calendula. And then it's also got the gut repair powder. So again, it really focuses on helping to heal your gut, that secretory IgA, which is essentially the immune system of the digestive system. And it just really helps to get down to that root cause of the perioral dermatitis. Because often when girls come and see me in a clinic, they would have done the topical steroids and the doxy, but then a few months down the track, it flares back up again. So we really want to ensure that we're optimizing the gut and really getting to the root cause of why we're getting that perioral dermatitis. Do you find that it can be quite a common condition that you treat in the clinic here?
It's definitely something that's on the rise for sure. I do see more and more of it. I think that people are using too many different types of skincare on their
Mm,
skin. They're cleansing too often, which can also contribute to it as well because you're disrupting that natural chill barrier, which is your transepidermal water loss. So obviously you want to keep, we've got a really good layer of oil on our skin that comes from our cells. Okay, so the cells from the inside of the skin, they layer up, and then once they get closer and closer to the surface, all of that good fats, your DHA from your omega-3, it oozes out and creates your lipid bilayer. So a lot of the time when we over cleanse and we're stripping, we're using lots of exfoliates and
mm,
acids. That can be why a lot of people start to get perioral dermatitis. And then you contribute that with high stress,
yeah, that
gut issues,
cortisol.
cortisol, things like that. I myself have had it twice, and it's quite interesting. It's flared up a couple of months after I've had an extremely stressful situation happen in my life.
Mm.
So it definitely is gut related.
Yeah, because often too, when stress is elevated, that can really strip at your secretory IgA. So as soon as that immune system of the gut starts to lower, that's when you're more inclined to experience things like the perioral.
Definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's interesting.
When do you think is a good time for people to look at going on the antibiotic steroid route? Because what I try and do is get them to minimize their skincare, get onto a really good skincare regime to help sort it out, look at their gut, and then look at the doxycycline and the steroids. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, so it really, I guess, depends on how much it's affecting someone's mental health. I guess after going through my own acne journey, I can really understand how much that different skin conditions can impact our mental health, whether it be that we don't want to go out on dates, we don't really feel like socializing. And I feel like the first thing you do is you either touch your skin or look in the mirror, and that will dictate if you're going to have a good day or if you're going to have a bad day. So I feel like really taking in that emotional component probably comes into play with this question. If they are willing to do that work, then they can always do the gut cleanse first. And then if they're feeling like their skin is still not clearing, then they may decide to go and get the antibiotics and the topical steroids. Some of my clients actually decide to do it in conjunction. So they'll actually do the gut cleanse while they're on the doxy. So they'll do both, and then they'll continue on the gut cleanse and the gut repair after the doxy. But I do find that the acne pack has been very, very effective for perioral dermatitis and different clients in clinic, which is amazing. Nice to have more of that, I guess, natural approach rather than needing harsh medications.
Definitely. And what do you say to your clients that have that sort of mid-level perioral dermatitis? You've got the blisters, you've got the redness happening all around the nose and mouth. They have started the supplements, medication, good skincare. How long does it take for it to start clearing up?
So everyone's bodies are so different, and it does really depend on different lifestyle factors and stress response within the body. But usually I find that it can really start to settle within about a week or two while starting on that protocol. So it can be quite quick. Obviously, with skin, it can take that little bit longer in some cases to really turn over skin cells. When it comes to, say, for example, acne, I like to suggest waiting at least 3 or 4 weeks to start seeing results, just because it can take around about 3 to 4 weeks to break that bacterial cycle within the body.
So they don't necessarily have to be waiting 3 to 6 months to start seeing results.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And with the whole health products as well, they're essentially designed to be able to stop. So usually I find once girls have done that 3-month protocol on the gut reset, then they're actually able to come off of the products without having a flare up within their skin.
That's really good to know. So it's not something they have to stay on the rest of their lives.
No, definitely not. So with all the products, they are essentially, designed to get to the root cause of the imbalance within the body and to actually be able to come off of it. With the balance hormone support, I almost like to explain it like a daily multivitamin. I've often gotten messages from girls on Instagram saying when they take balance, they don't get any PMS, their periods are regular, they're not getting any period pain. But when they come off of it, some of their symptoms will return. And does this mean that they're now dependent on the product to have good periods? It's just because hormones obviously need that constant maintenance to help keep them in check, just because our daily lives are just so busy at the moment. So balance, I almost like to explain like a little daily multivitamin, because it's even got things like magnesium, it's got B6 in it, it's got your zinc, it's got your vitamin C, and then it's got a blend of herbs that just really help to support reproductive hormones, nervous system, adrenals, and energy. So it's kind of one that you can stay on long term to really help to support your hormones.
And with the balance hormones, would you suggest that for someone entering perimenopause or the menopause stage, or is that something down the track?
Yeah, it's actually so beneficial for menopause as well. My mum actually used it throughout her whole menopause journey and just really swears by it. It really helped to reduce her hot flushes. It really helped to regulate her moods within the body. And it also really worked on helping to regulate her periods at the beginning before they stopped. But yeah, she got amazing results on it.
So you've really got something for tweens up to mature age women. Yeah. I love that. And once you get the kids range sorted, you'll have the tots to take care of as well.
Yeah, the whole kit and caboodle.
Beautiful. I love that. We'll be able to treat the whole family. I'm looking at your skin. It's looking amazing. It's just glowing. Everyone at home, you need to check out Tia's skin right now, because it is just so phenomenally glowing. I absolutely love it.
Probably look like a little glazed donut.
You do, actually. All right, perfect. I really appreciate you coming in to talk more just about women's hormones and health. It really helps to spread that information as much as possible. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. This was, such a relaxing experience. I've never done a podcast while getting a facial before.
It's an experience. I'll tell you that much. Perfect. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll catch you next week for the next episode.